I am today. I took a nap after work, and here I am.
I'm in kind of a silly, goofy mood. I've been very chatty today.
Fun.
So,
I was not chatty at work. I think people thought that I was upset, but I came home and took like a 20-minute power nap, and I'm a new person. What is this? Oh, a
I
silica
am
packet.
not a napper.
I used to say that. I used to think I wasn't, and then people are like, "You take naps," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, maybe you're right."
Because if I go to sleep, then guess what? I'm sleeping for hours. It's not an hour thing. And then I'm like, if you tell someone that, they're like, well, you're depressed. And I'm like, well, that's just not, I'm fine.
Oh,
All
how
right.
about we stop thinking about that?
Hey, actually, mind your
No,
business.
I always set an alarm so I know like I will wake up eventually and like have to be productive, but sometimes a nap is anywhere between 10 minutes and like 70.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So it's kind of a toss up. You never know what would happen. My alarm was set for like an hour and a half later. It was like 5:30 and I set it for 7 and then I probably fell asleep at like 5:45 and woke up at like 6:10 and I'm a new person.
The 30-minute ones feel great if you can manage those.
I agree. I did try to go back to sleep because I got to tell you, all day today, I think I was like kind of being bitchy. Like I like wasn't doing well. So I was like, girl, you need like an hour and a half nap. You need that. So when I woke up, I was like, okay, go back to sleep. You have to
Right.
like be a person. And then I was like, actually, I think that was it. An extra 30 minutes turned my life around.
I mean, no, it makes sense though.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we have topics that you wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about a current event only because I keep seeing stuff
Please.
on it. Okay, at this time, whenever you hear this, Katy Perry, um, Gail King, some other bitch went to space for like 30 seconds. I know it's
There were
11
like
minutes,
seven
but
of them.
yeah,
I know
two
it
of
was
them were
seven.
astronauts, right? Two were actually
Okay,
astronauts.
maybe.
They're
I
not
only knew
bitches.
Katy Perry and Gail.
And then some lady with,
Also, in the picture that they took, I could barely recognize Katy Perry.
I
So
know.
I may have known more people in there, and I don't know who they were.
No, there was one that was an astronaut, so I'm not mad at her. But the interviews that
No,
have
that's
come
her
out of
job.
that are so funny because, Katie was like, we're not taking up space, we're making space. Now, here's the thing. If this was a true crew of astronaut, all women,
Mhm.
they went and did this thing, love it. That would be
Yes. But it's because if they're actually astronauts, I would assume they're doing something productive when they're up there.
Yeah,
Does
because
that make
the
sense?
comparison people have been making, and this is so funny because Gail is out there mad at the feedback they're getting. She's like, people wouldn't act this way as
Oh,
a man. And she's like, we're astronauts. We went to space because people are calling it a ride. And someone's like, you don't get on a roller coaster and not do anything. And now you are a roller coaster person. Or you're not like, you don't get
no.
on a plane and that makes you a pilot. You rode,
Right.
you got on a ride.
Correct.
Mad. And they're trying to make it a feminist issue. And I was like, no, it's not a feminist issue. You guys didn't do anything. And honestly, I think you were bad for feminism.
Yes, I agree. Because okay, I haven't seen any of the interviews that are coming off of it, but a lot of people are making good points where it's like, "Hey, we're not doing well as a country.
Literally.
We're not doing well like with our economy. We're not doing well with like global warming and y'all are going to go up there. You rich people are going to go up there for 7 minutes and promote your new album or whatever Katie was
I
doing.
don't know
I
what Katie was
I
doing. She took a flower
she
with
was
her. I don't
promoting
know.
something. Yeah, and like that's what you're gonna do with your time and money, because you know they paid money.
No, they did. They paid like 2 million, I think, a piece or something. Like they had to pay.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, Gail is ended her one of her interviews with, "I went to space. Have you?" Gail, are you so
Shut
tone
up, Gail.
deaf? Like you have to be an idiot. Actually, what a crazy thing to
Why
say.
would she say that? That is that
Because
actually.
people are diminishing what they are like deeming an accomplishment. I'm like, you guys literally no. Like now's not the time.
It's not the time. If this would have happened, honestly, here's the thing. As soon as Bezos and what's his ass went to space for their 2 minutes, I'm done with space.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. It's not that cool.
It's just a plane ride at this point. It's a really expensive, very carbon footprinty plane ride. And so I don't care if you've gone to space.
Here's the thing. If Kamala would have won, I wouldn't have cared. I would have been thrilled for these celebrities. I've been like, pop off, queens. Women can take rides all they want. Kamala, I feel like we would have been in a different life. I don't think we would have cared as much because
if she
in
would
the
have
whole
won.
Yeah. Sorry.
I thought you said if she would have went, and I was like, oh no, girl, I think it would have still been
No. I meant if we lived in Barbie
won.
summer, because that would have been what happened if Kamala would have won. Is we would have got Barbie summer back. Wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like, Barbie's an astronaut.
Barbie is an astronaut.
So
we are currently in the worst case of Mojo Dojo Casa House,
and it's not even fun.
And then they went to space and called it feminism.
Yes.
But also, I'm going to be honest. If you've gone to space for less than a day, I don't. You don't count.
The whole thing is so unbearable. And like the fact that like, because everyone's like, why doesn't their hair look like regular like astronaut women hair? And they're like, it's because they told them to spray their hair down a lot because they would be floating around and it would look different. And like the whole thing is so yucky. I really, truly, what I thought was going to happen was they were going to die. Was kind of what I was expecting to happen. And I know that's
what I
messed up.
expected to happen. Well, I think it's because, okay, anytime people are excited for people to go to space, I compare. Now, I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid, so I really paid attention when people went.
Yeah.
I remember that when the one blew up on their way back down. I don't remember. We were like going to a concert or like a school concert, and I watched it happen, and then my parents were like, "I guess you have to go be in the concert," as I'm like crying. But the teacher that got to go to space and everyone was so excited for her, and then that one blew up. Anytime someone, not the astronauts, anytime like a named person, specific person is going to space, I assume you're dying.
No, same. After also when they went to explore Titanic,
I fully expected it.
I'm like, rich people going into something like this, they're done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, that I was like, oh, I still can't believe people tried to go down to the Titanic. I still think that's nuts.
And also, did they not just see that one astronaut woman who just got back, who'd been lost in space for like 8 months, how much shit she got, and then they go do this little toot around space, and then what did they want?
And they want to be called. Yeah, and they want to be called astronauts.
Yeah. And that woman, the only comment that woman got was, man, she looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
that's
not the time.
Crazy. I wish people would have done that to them. Be like, wow, you guys were up there for a while. You guys look really old.
Wow, did your filler move?
Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your filler must still be up there.
All right. So that was a current event. Welcome to the news. What was your talking point?
Gosh. Okay. This is coming at a time where it felt significant.
Okay.
Is there... Oh, first, are you someone who, if something embarrassing maybe is happening to them, you let them know? So like food in their teeth, a boogie out of their nose, etc. Are you one to tell that person, or does it depend?
I think it depends on the scenario. Sometimes I'm bad about it because I get too nervous about embarrassing someone. But if like, so I had a scenario where I was going to a school recruiting event, which granted I've talked to this girl a few times and she had a bit of a bloody nose. So she had a little bit of blood right here. So I told her like, hey, I think you got like something on your nose. Like, but sometimes I've been bad about someone having it in their teeth because I'm just like, I know what it feels like when someone says it. That's all I'm going to think about. If someone says it to me,
that's all I'm going to think about. Yes, like for a long time, and I'm going to assume it's still there even if you tell me it's gone.
But then on the other hand, nothing is worse than leaving an interaction, getting in your car and just seeing a whopping booger hang out your nose and nobody said anything. And then I'm like, oh, so you don't give a shit about me, actually. So you hate me, number one.
So you hate me.
So I try to.
I try to. There's a situation it wasn't a situation. It was not a situation. But a person who I know had pants that were ripped. And I've had that happen, and someone told me about it, and I threw the pants out. I never wore them again. Uh, but I was at work when it happened, and so like I had to survive work that day. Anyway, and so at one point I told them, but like I told them after our interaction was over. Like I was
Yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
see them again for the rest of the day. You can change them at a different time. Anyway, but then again, they wore the same pants.
Uh,
And I was like, now they appreciated and like
mhm,
genuinely, I'm sitting here like maybe they forgot, but I immediately threw mine out
mhm.
when someone told me. So I'm like, do you tell them again? Hey, aren't those the pants?
No, I think you leave them alone. They're making a choice at that point.
Okay, I think so too. I think so too. And but that's the same where like if something's in someone's teeth and you tell them and they got it out the first time, but clearly it just hung around their mouth
Mhm.
and then it shows back up later. Do you tell them again?
Now that I probably would.
Okay.
Because that they're not making a
Yeah.
choice. If the person put the ripped pants back on, I'm gonna have to. You have to at least be like, maybe they know, maybe they just don't care. But it
See?
depends on the
And they're like,
person too. Because like if it's like you or I'd be like, you got shit in your teeth, or like I would just be like, hey, you got something right
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But other people, I'm
And
like,
like
hey,
we'll look at each other and be like, is there anything? Am
oh
I
yeah,
good?
anything up
They're like,
here?
we ask for it. Yeah. But I it happened and I was like, oh, you didn't throw those out.
Yeah, I don't know if you say anything again. I don't know. That one's kind of hard.
I won't because I did my duty. I
Yeah,
told you the first time and that was hard.
yeah,
So if you come back,
right.
someone else has to do it and you have to be like, oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's on you.
Are you ready
Anyway.
for your weekly lesson? We are getting
Mhm.
closer. Um, I don't
We're
know the.
like pretty close.
Okay.
We're like
So,
within the 100-day mark.
this for your weekly Stray Kids lesson. This is Han. He
Yes.
looks different in almost every one of these
Oh,
photos, which is a little bizarre. Um,
yeah.
he
Oh, he's
is he's a
cute.
cutie patootie.
Yeah,
He's
he's
like
super cute.
people call him the hamster because the thing with K-pop is they get a animal like they get a little stuffed animal character that represents them. So Bangchan is a
Okay, cute.
wolf.
Okay.
Felix is a chick,
Hot.
a baby chick.
A chick. Okay.
Hunjin, no idea because we got beef. Can't remember.
Okay.
Han is a
Oh,
little
that's okay.
hamster because he has puffy cheeks. So that's like his
If that man has puppy cheeks, I have puppy cheeks.
at the bottom they kind of puff out a little bit, like
Oh, down.
here.
Is that?
I mean, he does
Oh,
stuff like
cute.
that. Yeah. So I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
believe Han.
Go up. Go up. Go. Sorry. Go up to the one where he has a little hamster on his shoulder. Keep going.
Oh,
Keep going. Right there. That's so cute.
yeah. So I believe Han is a rapper, if I remember correctly. So
Fun.
he's the second
Love.
rapper. So you've met 4 members now, and you have 3 left.
I thought there were more.
No, there's only 7 of them.
Not. Not bad. I think this guy's a cutie pie.
Yeah,
Here's
he's
the
very
thing.
cute.
I'm terrible with names. I know things about people. So I know that the last guy was a dancer and he thinks he's cooler than he is. And what was
Yeah,
his name? Sorry.
Hunjin.
Hunjin. And this is Han. And
Han
he is the hamster slash rapper
rapper.
guy who looks different all the time.
Yeah, I don't know why. I do like watching him dance. He's a
Yeah.
really fun one to watch. I don't. He's very cutesy.
He's very cute.
Yeah. So
Love.
yeah, I don't know why every photo looks because he's one of the ones that I was able to pick out immediately. Because some of it, there's two that there's one music video that I started with on them, and 3 of them wear the same outfit, and they're dancing around, and I'm like, I no idea. I don't know who
You
any of those people
can't do
are.
that. If there are
Yeah.
7 of you, you can't wear the same
Yeah. I
outfits.
think it's at 7 or 8. Bangchan, Felix, Hunjin, Han, Changbin, Ian, Lino. Sungmin. There's 8. Okay.
I wasn't listening to the names.
Yeah. So
I'm
that's
just
your
kidding.
lesson.
Fun. I like him. I'm still I'm still in the Felix route, but that's just because of low voice.
Yeah.
I
And do
like a
keep
low
in
voice.
mind all their heights, teeny tinies. I think
Well,
Hunjin's
yeah,
the tallest, and he might be 5'10", 5'11".
okay, well they all got to climb. So so
Fair. Valid and
that's
fair.
and that's on them.
Yep.
You know?
All right.
They
So
want to do
this
that?
week we're doing 2 stories. Our voters
Yes.
chose which, you know what, at this point it was us because we wanted this topic really
Hey,
bad.
we really did. Like, we almost immediately were like, hey, this is next week's topic, right?
No, yeah. I mean,
Last week.
and honestly, I would cover this one multiple times. So
Oh,
so
happily.
good. So we are doing Snoopers, little Snoopy guys.
Snoopers, snooping and snooped.
Okay. So how I know we talked about it last time. How do you feel about snooping? Do you snoop?
Do we want an intro?
Oh, yeah. 100%. So sorry. It's 18
No,
minutes in. Okay.
it's okay.
I guess since you are the lead on the reader, I guess we can all start us. So this is
Sure.
Oops All Opinions if you're still with us.
Yeah.
I'm Relax. That's that one chick, and we read Reddit stories and give our opinion.
We sure
And
do.
if you listen to this and you're like, God, I hate their opinion, I should tell them, what should they do?
Instead, you should argue with yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't argue with
100.
us.
This is episode 10. Double digits.
We're in it.
In it.
Double digits. Oh, can we just
Yeah. Yeah, yes.
congrats? Because what was it that said that like even one less than this was further than some people get? And
Yeah.
I was like, honestly, I'm proud of 10.
Yeah,
I'm proud
10's
of
good.
10.
Hey, are people
So,
listening? Unclear. We don't know, but we're having a good time.
hey, is it
Don't
just
care.
us and maybe a bot somewhere? Maybe.
Yeah. Hey, that's okay.
And that's okay. I hope that bot's having a good time. If we're the ones, could you imagine if we are what AI is getting used for? The opinions are
Yeah.
going to be like what we're saying. Oh, the world would be a
That'd be
better
so
place.
good. Honestly, you can
It
kind of
would be.
train your chat GPT. I had to get real with my chat GPT because I was like, hey, these opinions lately, I don't know if they're unbiased. Can you tell me what your unbiased opinion would be? And it was like, yes, you're so self-aware. And I was like, so, okay. So it had to get real with me on a few things. I was like, let's go back. So just so you know.
You having to get real with your chat GPT is
Hey,
so
ChatGPT,
funny.
you're too on my side, and I know
Hey,
I can't
girl.
always be in the right. All right. So, do
Oh,
you want to kick us off with our stories?
heck yeah, brother. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to kick us off. And I did get, oh, I will say I grabbed 3 in case one of us
Mm-hmm.
got another one. So now I have to choose. Just kidding. Okay. No, I want this one. Okay. Am I the asshole after I snooped on my girlfriend's search history?
Ooh, that's a good one. Welcome in, Hated Locks.
Hated locks. Hey.
Howdy.
Oh yeah. Howdy. All right. A few days ago, I was happily playing Sims, shout out, for a few hours on my newly moved in girlfriend's computer. There were no hyphens. I was confused. Sorry. She'd fallen asleep, and so eventually at 2 o'clock, I went to switch it off, and as I did, the browser popped up. And randomly, I just started pressing letter keys to see her history. So when I pressed P, there was a link to Plenty of Fish, that well-known, not very classy dating site. Okay.
Chill out.
So obviously, yeah, hey, relax. I may have used that. Not now, because it's a well-known, not very classy dating site. So obviously, then I opened up her search history, and there was a list of everything in that she'd searched for in the past few months. One being her Plenty of Fish search for whatever reason. Another being, is my girlfriend going to end our relationship? Then a Facebook search for her ex-boyfriend. All three staring me in the face. Now, the search for her ex didn't really faze me. It was more the fact that while we were together, she was for whatever reason looking on a dating site. So after confronting her, she told me she was bored and curious and was just looking. And to top it off, she said she's not mad at me for looking at her history. She's not mad at me. What? So anyway, am I the asshole for thinking she's in the wrong for this? Surely she shouldn't have been looking.
Okay. Hi, Hated Locks. We're great. How are you today? Hope you're well.
Hated Locks,
okay.
I'm better now that I took a nap.
And here's where my feminine blindness gets me sometimes, because I'm immediately like, because is this male and female? I couldn't remember what you said. Okay.
I don't know, but it makes me think to female.
Okay.
Because in her search, in
Oh,
the
yeah.
girlfriend's search history, it said, "Is my girlfriend going to end our
Okay.
relationship?"
Well, then that takes my point. I don't know why I have such a problem with this. Hey, own up to the snooping. Don't be like, I accidentally opened a web browser and then I just started hitting keys.
And then
Own it.
I just oopsie doopsie said,
That pissed me
you
off.
know, they were looking up P so Pornhub could pop up, right?
Literally. Because like
we know why you were there.
You either had an inkling that you needed to search, but you searched either way, and I just say own it. And that does kind of make you an asshole. Immediately. Because what are you doing?
Yeah. I don't think you can accidentally search through the history.
No, literally. If it opened...
If you...
Oh.
Yes. Oops, I hit P, definitely not looking for Pornhub, but that's worst case scenario. You hit P looking for Pornhub and Plenty of Fish comes up. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Now, is the girlfriend wrong for looking up things on Plenty of Fish? Yeah, that's not awesome. Yes. We don't love that.
And especially saying bored and curious and was just looking. Bored?
No, that's crazy.
My partner ever said, I was bored and curious, so we went to Plenty of Fish. I'd be like, hey, we're puzzles.
Breaking up, actually.
Yeah. If you're bored, hey, let's do anything else. Go to Pornhub.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I mean?
Crazy. Getting to a dating site is weird. And honestly, I'm just going to say this. You two should break up.
100%.
You're snooping and them being bored and going to a dating app. Just break up, both of you.
And also being fine with you snooping?
Because, like, clearly she didn't have weird, but I would just be like, I don't know. The whole relationship's weird. She's checked out, actually. The Sims player. She's killed you in The Sims, probably, and is...
Yes, she has.
Actively... She probably... You know what you need? Check her mods folder for Wicked Whims. She a freak? She out there playing dirty games?
What?
So... There are...
I almost nodded along like, yes, check that. I have no idea.
They have mods. About. Wicked Whims is one that like people can basically have freaky Sims. You can have naked Sims. They can do sex positions. Like it's not just the woohoo anymore.
Oh, I thought you were just going to stop at sex. They can do sex.
They can do the sex if you want.
They can do sex.
So I don't know. I don't even... What was their question? Are they the asshole for snooping?
Are they the asshole or... No, am I the asshole for thinking she's in the wrong for all of this?
I think you're both in the wrong. I think everybody sucks.
That... Exactly what the results are.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Results are everybody sucks because, hey, yeah... Don't get on Plenty of Fish if you're bored and curious.
Literally, that's so crazy.
Get on Facebook Police Scanner and get bored and curious about what's going on in your community because that's fun.
Yeah.
That's what you do when you're bored and curious. Don't get on Plenty of Fish and then if you know you've been on Plenty of Fish in the last couple months, don't give your partner your computer.
Well,
sorry, I'm not advocating doing.
No, right.
But, like, that's a weird thing to do.
I never use that one. Can you freely see people, or does she have to have an account to go look? I guess is
I think you can freely see people.
okay. Because that's my question too. Because did she sign up to an account? I mean, it's wrong regardless what she did, but like, what steps has she taken?
I'm gonna see if I get people right now.
I'm glad you're doing good, Hey Lux.
I can just get one.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Oh, sign up. Oh, wait. Community? No. You do have to sign up.
Okay.
You can't just sorry, just
And see, that's another layer.
So, yeah,
Yeah. So
I agree.
good. Look at us agreeing with that.
I would never be curious enough. I agree. And I do think that everyone sucks. I think that you shouldn't be snooping on. No. If you're gonna snoop, say you did it.
Just say it, own it.
Say you were on her computer and you were like, yeah, I think I'm gonna look up P. That's my biggest thing. You're gonna look up P? We know what you were looking for. You were trying to look at that history.
Which also, what were you going to do if you found it? Because here's the thing. I think, here's the PSA.
You look at that history.
If you're going to snoop, you have to be prepared on what you might find.
Yes.
You can't go back from snooping because, one, you broke the person's trust. So you can't go back from doing that. And two, if you find nothing, what was the point? Too, like you broke trust for no reason.
Yeah. Right.
I don't believe in snooping.
And then you look back.
Yeah.
No, I think the person OP was trying to get. Here's what I think happened. OP, did I just glitch? My computer did. Just so we're. But am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. OP went and hit P to look for Pornhub, and then they were going to go in and look at that history. If their partner was searching for things, that's what they were looking for. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm saying that I know people who would. And instead of that, you got plenty of fish and a bunch of questions.
Yep. Yeah. You played yourself.
And a broken relationship.
And again, if you are at the point in the relationship where you are snooping, figure out what's wrong.
Yep.
Maybe the relationship's not for you. Because we've all snooped before. We've all done it.
Yes.
Not great.
And it was at a time where we were semi hoping to find something.
Yeah. So love that. Yeah. Okay. So I had selected a bunch and I was gonna let you pick, but then I'm selfish and I'm like, no, I'm gonna pick this one. Actually, no. Okay, this is the longest title.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for snooping on my fiance's phone, even though snooping allowed me to find out what he's really been up to and not be such a bitch to him? That's the title. Headline.
Headline. Here.
All right.
And not be such a bitch to him? Okay, I'm in.
My initial thought, present, right? It has to be like a fun present.
Oh. Because if she was snooping and then I'm making assumptions off a long title. She was snooping and she was being but now he was being secretive, so she snooped and now something happened
and now she
like,
doesn't have to be a bitch anymore. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Long story, as all these things usually are. So I'll try to boil this down as best as I can. Ben with holy cow! About said Ben with finance.
Ben was finance.
Ben with finance. Ben with finance for 5. Oh my God! Ben with fiance for 5 years. I don't want to read this one anymore. Okay, I'm 27.
Cut that.
Cut it. Editor. Cut. I'm 27, he's 28. Great relationship, but I tend to be on the untrusting side because of being cheated on in the past. Boyfriend and 2 of my best friends. Yuck. So around Christmas, fiance started exhibiting all the behaviors that my ex did. Canceling dates, not being where he said he was supposed to be, not being at his apartment, not ever having his phone with him, turning off Find My Friends unexpectedly, on and on. I tried talking with him and asking him if something was wrong, and he said no. I was like, oh, calm down, Sarari? Girl, I can't read. I'm pretty sure. Okay, Sarari. He's never given you any reason to doubt him, which worked for a while, but his shady behavior just got more and more shady. In all of this, I was awful to him. I was just moody, grouchy. I told him I didn't want him to stay over and not have sex. I had no proof of anything other than my intuition, but I still took it out on him. So maybe last week I was sleepless in the middle of the night, and just to see what he's up to, and turned on Find My Friends and saw that at 1 a.m. on a Tuesday night, he was at this really cool old converted warehouse that's half loft, half artist space close to our town's bar district. I knew for a fact his ex-girlfriend lived in the loft, and I was like, okay, red-handed. So I screen capped it and was like planning on breaking up with him the next day. So surprise, surprise, he shows up at my place that same night at like 3 a.m., which I was like, you have to be fucking kidding me, dude. You're going to fuck her in the same night you're going to try to fuck me? Not a chance. And to make it even worse, he got right in the shower. So I wanted more evidence to dump him. So I logged into his phone, and he's going to screen cap all the incriminating text, photos, and videos and text them to myself. So this is what I found, which also requires some backstory. I love the modern take on twisted wrought iron garden trellises and gates. Like, think they're the most amazing thing. Well, as it turns out, my fiance has been taking welding classes so he can build us a trellis that can be the backdrop for our wedding ceremony. Like, massive amount of text messages between him and his instructor, pictures of the work in progress, and practice pieces he's done. There was even a text message that said, it's getting harder and harder to keep this secret, but I think the surprise will be worth it. And the instructor is teaching him in the loft spaces. Absolutely zero mention of his ex anywhere in his phone. My stupid black heart about melted back into pink. I felt so guilty for snooping, like such an idiot. And not only that, I ruined this great surprise that he had planned for me. But in all honesty, I feel better knowing what is up. I don't have to worry that he's cheating. I can still act like it's a surprise and he just be as delighted with his project. Most of all, I've been so much nicer to him and we are back to getting along great. Maybe the end justifies the means here. So am I the asshole? Edit. Reddit can be really mean. Ouch. Okay. Thoughts?
So I don't think she's the asshole for snooping, I guess. But hey, you should, if he didn't notice that she's being a huge bitch to him, like he's not like, hey, the second my fiance is switching it up on me as him, if my fiance all of a sudden is like getting mad at me for things and not letting me stick around, I'm telling them.
Literally.
Because this secret is not it's not a fun secret.
No.
If it was one night where things were off, for like a week maybe.
Yeah.
A week of like having just, but clearly this was taking a long time and it's not going well for either of you at this point. You're both like, I feel like you're both stressed out about it.
Well, and
just tell her.
Canceling dates, not being where he's supposed to be, not being at his apartment, not ever having his phone with him. I feel like he could have done, and I'm not trying to blame him, but he could have done other things to help, especially knowing she's an anxious person.
Right.
That looks shady. Showing up at my place at 3 a.m., insane. Hopping in the shower?
And hopping in the shower first?
Are you sure he's not cheating?
Right. Hey, did you check to see the number behind the instructor's name? I don't know. It feels weird.
I just was like, the second she starts acting crazy, I'd be like, hey, what's going on?
Right. The second she's like, you can't stay over.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. If you're going to marry this person, that means that they don't communicate with each other.
No, that's so weird.
And also, hey, before you make, okay, this may just be because what you described is not something that's my type. If you're going to make something that's going to be the background of our wedding, I need to know what that looks like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before you put in hours and hours of work as a surprise for the backdrop of our wedding ceremony, you need to let me know what that looks like.
Honestly, and maybe this is just me because I'm a communication person, if I'm going to be hit or miss staying out till 1 a.m., I'm going to be upfront about, hey, I'm working on something for our wedding. Or, hey, I'm doing something for
Yeah.
you, so I'm going to be taking
Yes.
some time. You don't have to spoil the
Yes.
surprise, but what did you think would
No.
happen?
Right. To be completely secretive about not even letting her know what could possibly be happening.
Like,
I just don't think
going to the extent of turning off Find My Friends, like,
I hate
so
that.
do you want to know the overall vote on this one?
Oh, one more thing before. So he would turn off Find My Friends sometimes, but not that night
Yeah.
when he showed up at her house afterwards.
Yeah.
I think that's weird that he didn't turn. If you're gonna turn it off when you're doing that, you might as well
Yeah.
do it every time. It's weird that you're only doing it
And
sometimes.
why are you going at 1 a.m.?
Why are you getting back at? Yeah, I don't
Something's
know if I
weird because,
believe.
like, is he friends with the instructor? Does he have free access to go do welding? Because who the hell is welding from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m.? Some people probably are.
Right,
But, like, are you just being let into this loft? What's with the loft
right.
being at the same place as the. Like, I
Uh
don't
huh.
think an overreaction from her, to be honest.
I don't. I don't either. And honestly, it shouldn't. You should then tell him. I don't think either of you should be keeping a secret about it. Y'all should just tell each other at this point.
He has to know she's spiraling.
Yeah.
And has she asked him what's going on? They're 27 and 28.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, you're too old. You should be. Hey, I don't like that you're turning your stuff off. I know you're turning your things off. I know you're not texting me. I know you're leaving your phone in certain places and it's weird. Are you cheating on me?
yep.
Not are you cheating on me? Because then he could just say no and it be accurate. It's
Yeah.
what are you doing?
What are you up to? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing
What are
that?
you up to? Yeah.
So, overall, people
Sorry.
said she
Okay.
was the asshole.
I guess for Snoop, sure.
Yeah, you're an
I don't
asshole.
think so.
You had no trust in your partner and secretly invaded his privacy. Instead of being upfront and honest, you ruined his surprise. Next time you're getting suspicious, try asking them. And someone was like, well, 99% of people are actually cheating, aren't going to admit it. Therefore, asking doesn't really help unless what the other person is saying pans out.
Right.
Yeah, like she could have communicated, which I feel like you and I are both like, oh, someone said she did ask him, so I asked if everything was okay. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
believe the comments. Everyone's like, I hope he dumps
Well,
you.
my thing is, I hope he dumps you.
Yeah.
I think this may be a dual situation, if not just he's the asshole. Because
Yeah.
if all of this is happening and she really did think, are you serious? You just had sex with her, you're gonna come have sex with me. And then he's in the shower, that's very suspicious.
Yep.
And I would probably also go through that phone.
100%. 3
So
a.m., you show up, you don't say anything about it, I'm going through your phone.
yeah. And it's not just like, and this one night, nothing weird was happening, but this one night he showed up at 3 a.m. That's not it. It's been a long time coming, and then that happens.
No.
So I'd probably look through too.
But also, I would have been calling Sam left and right. The day one it happened, where
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah.
But also, we talk
Right.
about everything. Like, yeah, he obviously pulled a big surprise on me with like the engagement, but it wasn't anything where he was being sketchy.
And it also was not like he did not have to be gone for
He wasn't gone in the
like
middle of the
hours
night.
Right. It was like a group chat and then we were all trying not to text him at the same time.
Yeah.
Like on the day of. Like those were the jobs. The secretiveness was a couple hours maybe altogether.
That one's crazy to me, though.
That one actually is, and I can't believe people are super mad at her.
I can't either. People hate
Honestly. I agree. Feminism.
Yeah.
we have to love women. Okay. I will give you options because I have 2 left. So I will give you options. Would I be the asshole if I snooped on my partner's computer to see what he's getting me for Christmas? Or Am I the asshole for hiding embarrassing notes in my house as a joke? Oh, just kidding. You don't get an option. Just kidding. You
Yeah,
don't
that
get an
one's
option.
good.
It's the second one. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. Because this kind of relates to the one that kind of got us into this conversation about snooping. I forgot. Okay, am I the asshole for hiding embarrassing notes in my house as a joke because I know my fiance's mom snoops?
Already, no.
I'm in.
Uh,
Also, none of these are giving us. Really, none of mine are like giving ages.
mm,
Anyway, I bought a house 7 years ago and I met my fiance Al 4 years ago. This year he moved in. We're talking about making it a home for both of us. But as of now, he hasn't moved much stuff in. Right now, about 95% of the stuff and furniture in the house is mine. When his mom comes over, she's kind of a snoop. He was used to that, but when she comes to our house, it's so uncomfortable because she's just going through my shit. When I'm bothered, she's like, I was just helping with chores, etc. He says I should let her because she has a lot of nervous energy.
no, boo.
One
Get a
thing
new
she snooped
boyfriend.
on was actually, yeah, ew, yuck, kick this guy out.
He's done.
One thing she snooped on, he sucks, he sucks. Uh, one thing she snooped, that's mama's boy
Yep.
and boy mom energy.
Yep.
One thing she snooped on was actually embarrassing. In my home office, I had a little affirmation post-it note on my monitor saying, I am smart, I am skilled, I am deserving of great things. It was a silly thing my therapist recommended to get me in a confident mindset before an interview. Anyway, she made a comment to me about my ego. But as a joke, I decided to do it again. I had my best friend over and we got wine drunk and wrote a bunch of affirmations to hide. Some were medicine cabinet. My teeth will regrow. I am shark-like and powerful. Kitchen drawers. I know when to spoon, but I also know when to fork. I am sexy and self-assured. Work desk. I will not just fuck my way to the top of the company, I will fuck my way to the top of the world. Walk-in closet. I am beautiful with clothes and without, especially without. My boobs are legendary. There were a bunch more, and my friend and I had a hilarious time writing them. Next time my mother-in-law came over, she saw a few, and she didn't acknowledge them to me, even though she definitely started acting a little weird about me. I went to run some errands, and when I was out, she confronted Al about the notes and was trying to tell him that I seemed unstable, egotistical, and moving in was a bad idea. She showed him the notes, and he didn't really know what to make of it. He asked me, and I said they were just some silly private notes to boost my self-confidence and make myself laugh. How had she gotten them? Had she been going through my things? He said she was just tidying and saw them, and they were real weird. I was like, have you met me? You should know how weird I am. Anyway, if you don't want your mom seeing my weird shit, you've got to stop letting her go through my shit. He asked if I left them on purpose to annoy her, and I admitted that was kind of the joke. But I also had other weird or private shit, so what I said about her needing to stop snooping if she didn't want to find weird crap was still for real.
Yeah.
He said I was making stuff hard for him. His mom was really protective and adjusting to him moving in with a girlfriend for the first time, and I was agitating her on purpose and making her think I wouldn't be a good partner, when he wanted her to have the opposite impression of me. Am I the asshole for the note prank?
No. Dump your boyfriend, though.
No. Get rid of your boyfriend because he doesn't have a sense of humor and neither does his mom.
And he's never going to put any boundaries on his mom. This will be the rest of your
No.
life. I hope every comment
This
is break up with him.
Honestly, I hope so. This person is my goal in life to be. They are not the asshole. Also, if anyone ever took us being silly goofy and be like, you have to stop doing that. My mom doesn't think my mom thinks you have a big ego and you're not very cool and you're not going to be a good partner to me because you're shark-like and your teeth will come back. Like that's you're
Good.
And I like that the person said, have you met me?
Yep.
Like if you're dating me,
Break up with
you
him.
never know. This is just like who I am. This guy sucks.
The mother-in-law's not even the problem here. Truthfully, it's your boyfriend.
I agree. And her just like wanting to be helpful. Shut the fuck up. This is
It's not
my
your house.
house.
Why are you cleaning here?
Right.
That's so rude.
Yes. Why are you cleaning your son, your adult son's? He must be adult enough
Yeah.
to move in with a girlfriend. If she's owned the home for 7 years and he moved in, no, she started dating 4 years ago. They started dating 4 years ago.
But
No,
she's
no. She met him 4 years ago. This year he moved in. Sorry. I had to remind myself.
so, I mean, either way, and like she owned the home for 7 years, like they
Right.
have to be mid 20s at least.
At least. Even if she bought it, say she bought it at 18.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
25.
They're mid 20s at the
Yeah.
minimum.
At the earliest. Um
No. Boo.
no, ew yuck. Don't ask Al's mom to stop going through your shit. Tell her she's not allowed to go through your shit.
Break up.
Also, I need people. Ew, people are like, this person said he's been conditioned to believe it's okay and normal for his mom to snoop. No, he's an adult.
He's an adult.
Sorry.
Boo to that. That's enabler.
Boo to that. I'm trying to see if. Oh, the account has been suspended. Okay. Well,
Okay. Well.
oh, OPs. Oh, well, it has suspended this account. That's crazy. Anyway, um, yeah, no, you aren't the asshole, and he is, and so is the mom.
No.
And that
Like,
is
that's
what I hope
crazy.
the glitter mom from a few weeks ago. I hope this happens. She should do both. Glitter bombs and affirmation notes. The fact that none of this even it wasn't even glitter. It didn't affect the mom at all. It was just notes. And she got in a tizzy and told Al about it, and then he was ugh, yuck. I actually hate both of them.
No, that's insane. All right. Am I the asshole for wanting to tell my stepdaughter that her dad installed a tracking device in the new car he bought her for her 18th birthday?
Was this
I
stepmom, I assume?
mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I, female 36, have been married to my husband for 3 years. He has one daughter, Christine. She'll soon be 18 years old, and he bought her a new car as her birthday gift. Here's the thing. Christine's mom is deceased. She has a good relationship with me. In fact, not too long ago, she told me I was like a second mom to her. This, of course, means everything to me. However, she and her dad don't get along that much. I have to say that he's incredibly overprotective of her, but has done things that affected their relationship, like how he's caused her to break up with her ex-boyfriend after he got diagnosed with multiple health condition. Because of that, Christine has grown distant from her dad. For her 18th birthday, he wanted to throw her a big celebration and buy her the car she always wanted as a way to reconcile with her. They're on okay terms now, but he says he wants to gain back her trust. 2 days ago, I overheard him speaking with a friend of his about installing a tracking device in the new car. Hey, buddy. Actually, that's going to do the opposite? Sorry. What?
And also it's for her, I know the age isn't real, blah blah blah, but you're gonna put that on your adult child's
Yeah.
car?
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I was stunned. I brought it up with him later at night and told him how wrong this was. He said it was none of my business, but I told him that if and when Christine finds out, there's going to be trouble. He got upset and went on about how he's just doing this out of concern and protection for her and said it was none of my business whatsoever since I didn't buy the car. I called him unreasonable and said that if he don't back off, then I'll tell her at the party when he hands her the key. He was shocked at this. He called me crazy and said that I shouldn't have been snooping and listening to his private talks in the first place. I said I'd tell her, but he told me to stay out of it since it's his daughter, not mine, and that if I wanted to parent my way, then I was free to have my own children. This stung because he knows I can't have kids due to infertility issues. We argued about it, and I said I'd still tell her. He called me unhinged and said I get no say, nor do I have the right to get involved whatsoever. Just stay out of it, he kept repeating. I consulted my mom and she agreed it was none of my business. She told me to stay out of it and not to stir drama and cause scenes. She said I should know better and stand my husband's side since stepkids are always flippant. I'm torn on this, but I'm insisting on it. Am I the asshole? Everyone sucks in your life.
Yeah. You and the daughter should run
I was
away.
literally thinking that. You and Christine, pack up, go live a better life.
You and Christine, head on out. Head on out. Whoa. The mom saying that? Ew. First of all, if I don't have been together for 3 years, that's a long time
Yeah.
to build a relationship with the daughter. It
Yes.
is the OP, it is her business.
Yep.
And clearly the daughter trusts her more than the dad.
Yeah. She's been with her since 15.
Ew.
That's still a like impressionable period to know her.
Yeah. Yeah. And the second that a kid trusts you in that way and tells you, I think that's it too. The fact that she told her that she thinks of her that way. It's one thing for like kids to be like, yeah, I look up to her, you know, tell their friends, whatever. But like she told you. So then it is now like OP has permission from that stepdaughter to be a mother.
Yep.
There are some kids where the older they are, you are not their mom. They don't look at you as their mom. They look at you as the dad's wife, etc., etc. This woman has permission from that stepdaughter to be a mother.
Yeah.
And if I found out that my partner was putting a tracking device on my child, it's hard when if they were younger than, if it was a 16-year-old's car. I still don't like it, but I would understand.
Mm-hmm.
This is your 18-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the big difference. And not telling her. I can track my kid right now on my phone, but that's because I have permission to do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's the permission part that's so icky, yucky, gross.
And his response of calling her crazy and verbally abusing her immediately. Sorry, but that's crazy.
Yeah. No. Honestly, I didn't even think about what he was saying. I just wanted to punch him in the face. I couldn't even hear you of what exactly.
And also making something of being like, have your own kids then. No, like what a like that is such a low fucking blow to someone that you know has fertility issues.
And it's your partner.
Why are you abusing her for telling you her opinion? And you were talking out loud on a phone. You're not really getting privacy.
If you were texting the person and she was over your shoulder, then that's snooping, sure. But if you are on the other side of that door talking and I can hear you, I'm not snooping.
Yeah.
I'm in the same vicinity.
Just here. I think the whole thing's very... Also, I want to build trust with my daughter, so I'm going to put a tracking device. What?
Wild. Putting a tracking device that she doesn't know about.
That's so weird. How is that going to build trust?
And also, it's not... But also, like, what do you expect is going to happen when she finds out? Because she will. Also, what kind are you trying to put in? Is it one that can come out? Is she just going to be tracked forever?
If it's an Apple AirTag, which I bet it is, she'll be notified.
I bet it is.
If she has an iPhone, it tells you if there's a tracking device.
Yep.
So
I got one on my phone. I don't have an iPhone.
Yeah.
But mine told me that there was an AirTag nearby. So, like, she will be notified.
Yeah. So, one good point I didn't think about, obviously not the asshole was the overall vote, but someone said, check your car and devices for tracker/spyware. If he's doing it to her on the sly, he may have already done it to you. It's insanely creepy, violating, and even more concerning in his keep your mouth shut type reaction. Don't walk, run. Preferably leave before telling your stepdaughter everything. Don't do it at the party, and make sure she knows you're there for her. Edit to add, he actually brought up your infertility issue to win his argument. Run.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't even think about checking hers.
Yep.
But he seems very possessive, so that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yep.
It surprised me that I didn't think about it.
No,
It doesn't
same. Me
surprise me
neither.
that it would happen. Oh no.
Yeah, because everyone's like, why
Yeah.
be secretive? Why not just be upfront? Be like, I'm doing this in case your car gets stolen. If something happens to
Right.
you, I can know where you're
Right.
at. Like,
Yeah. Or now, this would still be shitty. I still wouldn't be be okay with it. But if he was like, "This is my car that I'm going to let you drive.
yep.
So I'm putting a device on my car."
Hmm.
I still wouldn't like that. I don't like the way that that sounds, but
Yeah.
I could see that kind of being it too. Oh, I say you wait until that girl's 18th birthday and y'all pack your stuff and you go.
Yep.
I know
Yeah.
that that's easier said than done, but like,
Someone said Darvo alert, which I
oh,
don't know what that is, but they said, oh, deny, I'm not doing anything wrong. I just care about her safety. Attack. You're unhinged. You're not her mother, so it's none of your business. Go have your own kids. Do you want to be involved? Reverse victim and offender. Why are you listening to my private conversation? Why would you threaten to tell her? You're insane. I'm so hurt and offended.
whoa.
And someone said the hypocrisy of him getting angry at her for snooping while he's doing the exact same thing to his daughter.
Literally. Literally. Oh, yuck. Well, my big thing too is that she told her mom and her mom was like, "Yeah, don't. He's fine. Let him
Yeah,
do it. It's
your
his
mom
kid."
kind of sucks too.
What? Your mom sucks, dude.
No, that's I didn't even think about how unhinged he has to be then too.
Right. Yeah.
Ew.
Oh, I hate. Yeah, that's all I can think is like, ew. Yuck. I actually hate I hate that dad. I hate that mom.
Yeah, her it's your own mom turning into being like he knows best. You
Yeah.
got to stay out of it.
You gotta stay behind your husband. That will never be me.
Mm-mm.
Don't come to me for advice if you want me to tell you to stay behind your husband when he does weird shit.
Yeah. Also, some
Oh,
people are
yuck. I
saying
keep thinking about it. Sorry.
that putting the tracking device because of her age would be illegal.
That's what I was thinking. She's an adult.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
That could be stalking.
So is it just that he's like, I just want to I want her to be telling me where she's at so I can keep an eye on her and see if she's lying. And then maybe when he says building trust, building her trust for him, that he can trust her. And
Right.
I'm just
So
like,
that he trusts her.
yep,
But also, hey, if she's 18, now, if she's still in their house, blah, 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 bullshit, bullshit,
right, right,
bullshit.
right, right,
But
right.
no, that's not how that works.
No,
That's not how you build trust.
ugh, yucky.
Oh, yuck. I hated that.
So did your opinions change on any of the snoopers in this,
My opinions change on the Snoopers? I
or how
don't.
you feel about snooping?
I love snooping. Sorry. That was the wrong answer. No, there's a time and place for snooping. If it is not affecting anyone else, if I am snooping on something that my neighbors are doing outside and I do
Yep,
this little action, that's fine.
yep.
I will never snoop through someone's house. I think that's weird. I
That's
think it's weird to
bizarre.
open anyone's drawer ever.
Yeah,
Unless it is for silverware, I'm not opening a drawer. I think that's the fact that we have had two separate stories of mother-in-laws coming into their home, mother-in-laws of men, like the
mm-hmm.
mother is of the man, coming into their home, and you have to do something about it by leaving things for them to find.
Yeah,
We've had two of those. I think that's like so wild. I don't understand. And then snooping through phones. I agree with you. If you are snooping through someone's phone, you are expecting to find something. There has been something going on, you're expecting to find something.
yeah.
So, you do that at your own risk, and whatever you find is I don't know if you're the asshole for going through the phone if you're at a point where you feel like that's the only way you can do it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know,
Yeah.
but did any of these? Did you disagree with any of like either what they did or the result from it?
No, honestly, like aside from the mother-in-law one, like that person at the very beginning snooping on the browsing history, I just think that's weird. Like you, because I feel like you're kind of at a point of no return most of the time if you're gonna snoop. Like you're
Mhm.
kind of reaching a
Yep.
point of you're looking for something, like you said. Um, the girl with the gift, though, I mean, obviously she should have had a conversation, and maybe she did. We don't know it. That's the only one that I'm like, I don't justify it, but she was probably at a point of like, I'm gonna break up with him because I think I've already caught up. Like I've already caught him doing something.
Right.
It's
Right.
like,
She was going in for the
yes,
evidence to back herself up.
yes,
And then oopsies, it wasn't that, even though I still think it might have been. I don't know. I still don't trust him. It was
yep.
weird.
And then the untrusting dad, that's what makes sneaky kids. I don't know why people don't
Yes, it
understand it.
does.
If your kids feel like they can come to you with anything, they're not going to lie and sneak around on you. I mean, we're not parents, I get
No.
that, but we were teens once. And you know what made me want to
Yeah.
do bad things and sneak around? Not being trusted and being because sometimes when you're honest and you still get accused of things, you're just like, well, what's the point of
Mhm.
not being bad?
Yeah, well, if I'm going to be accused of it when I tell you the truth, then I
Yeah.
might as well because then it's like, okay, if you think I'm doing that, I might as well go do it.
Yeah. Yep. I'm being punished like I'm doing the thing you think I'm doing, so why not?
Right. Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I still think snooping's very funny, and even though it's horrible, I love the mother-in-law snooping ones because I'm like, what are you looking for?
Oh
What are you
my
doing,
God.
Brenda?
Me
What do
too.
you need?
Hey, can Bryn get on here and can she tell us what she was looking for?
Thank you.
You're not just cleaning, Bryn. You're not getting on there and cleaning. You're not
What are
cleaning
you
your
trying to find?
son's house. And it's weird if you are cleaning your son's
Yeah,
house.
no,
He
there's no
should
good
he
reason.
should do that. No. But I still think about the glitter story a lot.
Yeah, because see, most of the stories I saw were phone snooping, and I was like, blah, like, I can read one, but I don't care. I
Same.
want the mother in law ones. They're so
Me too.
good.
Yeah.
Ugh, no, I loved it. I will probably just on the, to be boring, but I'll probably put in the poll, snooping part two.
Part two.
Just have it out there.
2.0.
But,
Yes.
well, that was the episode.
What's the episode? We kind of were on time this time.
Crushed it. We crushed it. So,
Crushed it.
all right, do you wanna headline us out, dog?
Beep-a-dee dee dee. Hey, this was Oops All Opinions, and I'm that one chicken that's relaxed. So if you have opinions, tell them what they can do.
Argue with yourself. Both good singers, actually. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Two talented friends.
Your talented friends.
All right. Well, we will see probably next week. Stay classy.
Are they next
Be
week?
nasty.
Yes.
Don't snoop. Unless you have to, and then
Don't
tell
snoop.
us about it. Please.
But you should, and also, if other people are snooping, leave them notes. Those were the funniest things I've ever
That's
read in my
so
whole life. I had a great time
funny.
reading them.
Please snoop. Okay.
If you have fun affirmations, tell us. If you have more of
Ooh,
like what they did,
yeah.
get wine drunk, do some
Tell us.
affirmations, and then send it to us.
Tell
Actually, I'm
us.
interested. So,
Okay, well, have a
okay.
good week. Bye. Bye.
Bye
Bye.
bye.